Welcome to the Maximum Edge Sports Wagering Show. My name is John Santucci. Call me Tooch. We're going to talk NFL playoff weekend. I got Anthony with me. Anthony, how's it going? We haven't done this in a while.
I know.
On break.
Good to be back.
It is good to be back. Long holiday break. Finishing up NFL season. We finished up college football with Georgia and Alabama. Real quick, any thoughts on the championship, NCAA football championship?
Georgia got their payback. It was a great game. I had Bama, but I'm glad to see Bama didn't win it. I mean, it's nice to see a new face. Georgia was the better team all year, so I mean, the better team won the game, in my opinion.
Yeah, and you know what else we had was first quarter, first half, full game under. We snuck under that number for full game, just barely at the end there.
Yeah.
But all three pay off, and that was good. I didn't play a side. I just had the unders, 3 unders. That happened to be 3-0 for me. Yeah, great game. Georgia college football championship, first time in quite a long while. I forget when the year was. I think it was 1940 something or something.
Last time
they were national champions, so well deserved. Alabama. It's hard to bet against Nick Saban, you know.
Yeah.
Especially when you're getting points with Nick Saban. Was the line kind of a little trappy? Like wanting people to take Saban plus points?
I mean, basically, you were either gonna ride Georgia 100%, you were gonna ride Bama 100%. The line was not any. I mean, it was what it was. I mean, the line could have been 4. You were still gonna take who you wanted to take. Line could have been 2. You're still gonna ride who you're gonna take. So
I couldn't make up my mind.
I was just riding Bama because I mean,
right, the last game, man.
Season, I think I was on the right side of Bama one time, with or against Bama.
Yeah.
And I took Georgia the first meet in the SEC championship. I got my ass kicked. So I was like, I'm not fool me once, fool me twice. No. I mean, if I'm going to lose, I'm going to lose with Bama. So, I mean, I'll 100% accept the loss. I have no problem. I broke even for the night, so no hard feelings. That's all good.
Right on. And we have, of course, busy with college basketball too. We'll be doing some college basketball come up after the NFL playoff season. Let's head out to Cincinnati where the Raiders come to town to face the Bengals. Both these teams 10-7. Las Vegas 8-9 against the spread. Cincinnati 10-7. Wild finish to the season for the Raiders versus the Chargers. That was a crazy game. But Raiders, kind of a sneaky team. They've got decent pass rush. Their offense is ranked number 11. Derek Carr has been quality. Defense for Las Vegas ranked 14th. Cincinnati offense ranked 13th. Cincinnati defense, they're okay at 18th. They're decent against the run. Cincinnati, number 5 against the run. Against the pass, they're 26th. So Las Vegas should have some success throwing the ball. Las Vegas getting 5 points on the road, 5.5. And over-under of 48.5. Your thoughts, Las Vegas, Cincinnati?
I mean, this is the game where the Bengals haven't been in a playoff game in God knows how many years. The Raiders, they're I mean, arguably one of the hottest teams coming into the playoffs. They had to win out or tie to make the playoffs, and they did what they had to do.
Yeah.
And 5.5 is a lot of points. They're sneaky good. They got a good running game going. They finally got figured out their passing game since the disaster late in the middle of the season. I can't not take the Raiders. I had the Colts versus the Raiders, got burned. I had the Chargers versus the Raiders, got burned. And the Raiders are red hot. Bengals, I've been saying this all season, their defense is not good. They ride and die with their offense, just like the Chiefs. The Chiefs ride and die with their offense. They're not made out of the defense. So I'm going to take the Raiders here and hoping, even if they lose by, it's going to be a close finish. There's no way the Bengals are going to blow them out. There's just no way. And it sucks for the Bengals because they really did have momentum coming out of the last week of week 17. So week 18 didn't play. And so a whole 2 weeks, I feel like they lost all that momentum. And I think the Raiders have the momentum coming into the game.
Great point.
So
yeah,
I got to go with the Raiders. And I think it's going to be a smash mouth football right out of the gate. I think the Raiders are going to make a statement right out of the gate. If the Bengals go up 7-0, 10-0, put a fork in the Raiders. But the Raiders, they need to come out firing. I'm on the Raiders.
All right, so both of these teams they're 6-7 in passing offense.
Yeah.
So both these teams like to throw the ball. Raiders averaging about 270 yards passing per game. Cincinnati about 260. Pretty good numbers. And Las Vegas defense 13th against the pass. Cincinnati defense 26th against the pass. Not very good against the pass. So a little advantage there for the Raiders through the air. And the Raiders, I think, have the better defense in this game. So I'm leaning Raiders plus 5 points. That's a lot of points. But like you said, man, a quick Ja'Marr Chase touchdown or two. And the Raiders, that's all it takes.
That's all it takes.
Joe Burrow's had a really great season. A couple quick strikes to Ja'Marr Chase. Raiders might not have anybody that could keep up with Ja'Marr Chase.
I just feel like the Bengals are 1 year away. I don't think this is the year they're not a threat. I think next year is the year they're going to be a threat to be the Super Bowl. I mean, if they win this game, then they probably play, either the Chiefs or the Titans or whoever. I just don't think they're ready. I just don't see that. I see the Raiders moving on and then losing the next round. I'm on the Raiders, and I'm going to sprinkle the Raiders money line. I'm very high on this team right now. I'm going bold. I'm very, very bold this weekend. So, Raiders.
Would you consider teasing the Raiders up to plus 11?
Yeah.
In a teaser?
Definitely. My only concern would the Bengals blowing them out.
Yeah.
I don't see it just because of what I just said. The week off, I feel like they lost momentum. Their defense isn't strong enough. Better pass rush. The Raiders have a phenomenal pass rush. Look what they did to the Chargers.
Max Williams and company can put some pressure.
Great pass rush. They're healthy on defense. They're healthy on offense. I don't think Darren Waller can play, but they're next man up. Mentality, and they're playing well. So they're protecting the ball. Like you said, it all comes down to a Ja'Marr Chase touchdown or bomb. Very easily can happen. And it's also going to come down to weather. If it's cold and windy, 1,000% advantage goes to the Raiders because the Raiders have been in that position many times. Derek Carr is a veteran. Joe Burrow's still a young quarterback. He's still filling it out. I'm going to take the experience with the Raiders.
All right. So we want any thoughts on the total?
It's so tough because it all depends on how the bank. I don't know. I really don't know. I would lean over.
Yeah, me too. Let's stay away from the total
because both teams can launch the ball downfield, but we know the Bengals can, and the Raiders, So it's gonna happen. I would lean over. That's the same.
All right. All right, we got next game is also on Saturday. The evening game is the Patriots at the Bills. Patriots are a 4.5-point dog on the road. These two teams won at each other's stadiums. The Patriots came in. They threw the ball only 3 times last time they were in Buffalo and ran the ball, and they ended up beating Buffalo in that game. And then, of course, Buffalo went to Foxborough, and they took care of business 33-21 there. That game in Buffalo the first time, December 6th, that was a bit of a blizzard there. Weather forecast could be it's supposed to be like 0 degrees. Yeah. It's going to be mighty cold. Last time there was 24 points scored total there. Total here in this game is 40.
Agreed.
44 right now. I think 43 and a half. Your thoughts? New England Patriots at Buffalo. Hard to go against Belichick plus the points, but Belichick is armed with a rookie quarterback. What are your thoughts?
I think the Bills win by exactly 7 points. The Bills are a very good team. Everyone keeps forgetting how good they really are. We saw how good of a start to the season. They peaked right out of the gate. And then they had their little slump, which is good. Get that little slump out of the way now. Yeah, they struggled versus these crap teams like the Jaguars, the Jets. But all that matters is the final score. They put them away. I won't forget the time when Josh Allen, I think we had minus 13 and a half, and I was 13. And it was like 10 seconds left, and all he had to do was take a knee. But no, he chose to run it in for 5 yards and to cover the game to end the game. So I'm riding with Josh Allen. I'm not sold on the Patriots, even though they are getting healthier on defense. But you're in Buffalo. Bills Mafia is going to be crazy. I think Josh Allen, he needs to step up. He needs to win this game more than Mac Jones needs to win. Mac Jones is still a rookie. He's going to make rookie mistakes. They're not going to let him throw the ball in that cold of weather. They're going to ride and die on the running game. And I think Buffalo will be ready for it. I'm on Buffalo to win by 7 points.
All right, you heard it here. Buffalo by 7. These are two of the top defenses in the NFL. Buffalo is the top defense. Number 1 overall. They're number 1 against the pass. New England didn't need to pass last time they were in Buffalo. They just ran the ball.
They got lucky to win that game. They got lucky to win that game. So
they shut down the Bills. I mean, and it was the weather sure helped. New England defense ranked 4th overall. They're 2nd against the pass, but Buffalo can run the ball too. They're 6th rushing offense, number 6 rushing offense. They're Buffalo number 5 offense overall and number 1 defense. So, like you said, Buffalo is a very good team. It's just these two teams have a tendency to play tight. Last game, of course, Buffalo went away with. But yeah, I'm with you. Let's take the veteran team. You got Stephon Diggs, Devin Singletary, Josh Allen, Cole Beasley. I mean, Josh Allen's got plenty of weapons and he's got a good defense. They're at home. New England, I love the story. I love Matt Jones' story. They don't have any star power really on offense, though, behind Mac Jones. You got Hunter Henry and, the running backs, they use a committee.
Yeah. Oh, they got a bunch of them. And you got to think of it this way. Big picture. Who needs this win more? The Bills, who have been building that team for the past couple of years?
Yeah.
Josh Allen is now a veteran? Or the Patriots, who are just now getting their thing together.
That's a great point.
No matter what, if they lose tomorrow, it's a great season. Mac Jones brought the team to the playoffs.
Yeah, it's a successful season.
Yeah. And then the Bills, if they lose tomorrow, what a disappointment. What are they going to do? What changes are going to be happening in the offseason? So I think of it as a big picture. The Bills have to win as the Patriots. They can lose tomorrow and feel like, you know what? We had a great season. And, we have a comment.
My buddy, the Factor from Bears, Bear Your Souls, the Factor. Mac Jones is going to have to make plays with his arm. Bills will be expecting the run. And that's it in a nutshell right there.
Yeah.
They're going to force Mac Jones to beat them with that Buffalo defense. I lean Buffalo too. I think this is like you said, this is Buffalo. Buffalo's they're like 1 year ahead of the Patriots, or 2 years ahead. Probably 1 year ahead of the Patriots. Patriots are on accelerated schedule.
Oh yeah, phenomenal season. Great season. Now in the offseason, they need to add some key wide receivers to help Mac Jones out. You put some key wide receivers on that offense and not have to rely on the running game, they're going to be really potent next season. So this is not the year for the Patriots to go to the Super Bowl, to be a threat in the Super Bowl. Just be happy they got to the playoffs. Great season.
Yeah. All right. And the total I lean towards the under, but tough to say. I'll tell you right now. Let me just make viewers aware of the DraftKings special hammer the over. The hammer the over for DraftKings this time is Bills Patriots. It's down to 22 or 21 and a half. Let's just ask Anthony for DraftKings users. Will the total go over 21 and a half?
Yes.
Okay.
I would say over.
Safe to make that play. Safe to make that
over for the DraftKings because they're not. I mean, they're gonna score touchdowns.
Yep, hammer the over.
I think the total it's gonna be tight. If you got the under, you're gonna be sweating your ass off. If you got the over, you're gonna be sweating your balls off. So stay away from the total.
Yeah, I think the safe play, like Anthony says, Bills minus 4.5.
You're either 1,000% on the Patriots or 1,000% on the Bills. There's no in between. And the Bills are not going to win by a field goal. I truly not believe that.
Right. On, let's go to Tampa Bay, your neck of the woods.
Yep.
Where Philadelphia comes to town, an 8.5-point dog. 8.5 points, a bit of a high spread for a playoff a game. What's the weather like in Tampa? I heard it might be the worst weather of all of the games. Is Tampa Bay tomorrow?
Supposedly, this is tomorrow night, right?
Mm-hmm. Tomorrow, Sunday, 1 p.m.
So supposedly, it's supposed to be 20-mile-per-hour winds and like 30-degree weather. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, it's been 60s and 70s all week with a slight breeze. Okay, it's been beautiful.
Yep.
So if you're going to tell me it's going to be ugly weather on Sunday, you're full of shit. It's going to be cold for Tampa, not for cold for everyone else in the country. It's going to be cold
like
for
Buffalo,
Tampa.
Not Buffalo cold.
So it's supposed to go down to 30 degrees in the morning. This game is 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock, whatever it is. It's going to be around 60s. So this is nothing. Weather is no factor. The kick field goal, no, there will not be a factor in the weather. Let's just put it that way. Will not. So I know the total went down 3 points in the past couple days on from 48.5 to 45.5 because of weather. Let me tell you right now, you cannot predict Tampa Bay weather. The weatherman here in Tampa can't predict Tampa Bay weather because of how unpredictable. It could rain. It could be cold and rainy across the street from my house, but it'll be sunny and 60 degrees at my side of the street. So don't tell me that it's going to be rainy and cold and get the hell out of here. So I'm on the Bucks minus 8.5. Don't overthink it. You got Tom Brady versus a very weak Eagles defense. I mean, look what the Cowboys did to them. They tried to keep up with the Cowboys, and the Cowboys weren't even playing full strength. The Eagles struggled versus Washington, and Washington's a shitbox this year. Give me the Bucks. The only concern I have with the Bucks is their pass defense, which the Eagles don't have much receivers to even really make a huge threat. And Tom Brady's receivers are banged up. But next man up, he's proven that, Carolina, they demolished Carolina, and the Bucks were shorthanded on that game, and they just demolished them. So give me the 8.5. They're going to win by like 14 to 17 points in this game. Yeah,
I'm leaning that way too. This would be a game I'd like to put in a teaser and get that down to Tampa Bay minus 2.5. Look, both these teams have got an injury list, a mile long. So
yes,
both teams are hurting. The Eagles can really run the ball. They're the number one rushing offense in the NFL. But
they're banged up too.
Tampa Bay stops the run. That's the one thing they do with Vita Vea in the middle.
That is
and those
true.
Guys, the number 3 rush defense in the NFL is Tampa Bay.
You have to pass on Tampa. It's the only way to beat them. And they're getting healthier. I don't know how healthy they're going to be for this game, but they can be banged up and still win this game. So it's next week when they really need their guys back on defense. Leonard Fournette is supposed to be back this week. Mike Evans is playing this week. You're getting guys back. Godwin's out, of course, but they got other guys that could step up. So I'm very confident in Tampa here and the number.
All right, you heard it here. The total sitting at 45.5. Well, that's a tough call. I lean over, but I just don't know if Philadelphia will hold up there. I know Tom Brady's going to put up points. He's going to put up 24.
It's going
at
over.
least.
It's going over.
So
you're going to see sevens. Tom
over.
Brady. Yeah. Don't. I don't want to hear anybody on anywhere saying, "Oh, weather's going to be an issue." Get the hell out of here.
Right.
Brady's still going to put up 28, 35 points. Bucks can put up 14 to 17.
Right. It looks like Mike Evans will play. A lot of those guys on defense will be out there. Jason Pierre-Paul, Sean Murphy, Bunting, Levante, David. Leonard Fournette will be playing, looks like. Ronald Jones out.
Good. He sucked.
Carlton Davis will be playing. Jamel Dean will be playing. So the secondary looks to be pretty healthy. Miles Sanders back for the Eagles. Jordan Howard also is probable. So, I mean, I don't think injuries could be considered that much of a factor. Of course, Tom Brady will be without Antonio Brown for personal reasons. And
you know what?
Chris Godwin out for the season.
That Antonio Brown basically almost that could have killed the whole season for the Super Bowl. Because Antonio Brown you got him in the slot. He's the number one receiver on any team. Any team.
Yeah. So, certainly playing back to form. Too bad he could not stay on the field.
It really is. So much talent.
You got Gronkowski and Mike Evans, some pretty big targets. They'll have to lean on some other guys at wide receiver. But yeah, I'm leaning. I don't. We're not making a ton of money fading Tom Brady. Especially at home. I think
exactly.
I think the Eagles will have to play, top out of their minds to keep within, 7, 8, 9 points.
This is a game.
Tampa.
Just don't overthink it. I mean, this has got to be the easiest game of the weekend between NHL, college football, college basketball, NBA. I mean, this has got to be the easiest game on the whole weekend. Think about it. So,
all right, let's head out. We got that one settled away. San Francisco heading to Dallas, 4:30 p.m. Eastern. San Francisco getting 3 points. I think it stayed there the whole time. Would have liked to have seen San Francisco plus 3.5, but I wouldn't be surprised if San Francisco wins this game outright. Total open 49.5. It's up to 51, so they're expecting some points. Let's see. San Francisco 10-7, Dallas 12-5. Against the spread, Dallas was 13-4 for the season, man. San Francisco 9-8. Of course, San Francisco dogged by injury problems for most of the early part of the season.
Yeah.
Dallas had that, offensive output first half of the season where they just were,
juggernauts,
putting up yards and points. What are you leaning on this game side total?
This is a very tough game. Very tough
game.
But on Wild Card Weekend, you have to be bold. Since 2017, the Dogs are 17-3 against the spread. And this is a perfect scenario to take a dog. Because the 49ers, anybody in the NFC, they match up well against. The way they run the ball is probably best than anybody. Then the play action, the throwing. I mean, they got, just out of their mind. They can beat anybody. Look what they did to the Rams. They were down, 17 points? They came right back and took care of business. This team is dangerous. And I would hate to be on the Cowboys coaching staff, to be a player, to be a Cowboys fan, and have to play the 49ers in the first round. Because this is by far the most dangerous team coming in. They are red hot as well, just like the Raiders, probably hotter than the Raiders. Raiders are just getting lucky. As the Niners, they're just rolling through people. Yeah, they had the loss a couple weeks ago, but get that out of their system. Their win versus the Rams could have started a streak to the Super Bowl. I actually placed a Super Bowl prediction, a bet wager, $100 at 15-1 to win the to make the Super Bowl. 15-1.
Wow.
So
nice on the Niners. So they've won 7 of their last 9, so they are streaking hot. Let's see. Dallas, the number 1 offense in the NFL, but San Francisco, the number 3 defense. So you got strength on strength. San Francisco offense, not bad either. They sure as hell can run the ball. They can pass the ball too. They're 7th overall. Dallas defense, a lot better than last year, but only 19th overall in the NFL. They're better against the run, but man, San Francisco has a very good run system. They could plug in guys, and those guys produce. You know, if you still have guys like Elijah Williams and Jeff Wilson that can make plays, Jerick McKinnon, they've got 3 4-headed monsters. Then you got George Kittle and Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk. They got weapons. It all comes down to Jimmy Garoppolo. Can he make plays? Can he stay healthy? Because Dak Prescott is definitely going to make plays, whether it's with his legs or with his arm. And then you've got CeeDee Lamb, who's very hard to cover. You've got Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup, who are also fairly good receivers themselves, and a couple decent tight ends. Man, this is my favorite game to watch on Sunday. This will be the best game, I think, to watch. All right, so you're leaning Niners +3
and the money line
on the money line.
If you're going to take the Niners, you might as ride or die with them.
You might as well. Yeah,
you might as well.
Yeah, to win outright.
Just
this
like
playoff football.
Just like our friend Sean, he said, if you're going to take the 49ers +3, you might as well take the money line as well. Because, I mean, if you're going to take a dog, take the money line.
Yep. Let's see. Total 50.5 hasn't really moved that much.
It's going to be a shootout.
Yeah, I lean over.
It's going to be a shootout. I mean, this is going to be a high-scoring game. This is going to be arguably the most entertaining game of the week.
Yeah. Yep, you certainly have the star power for it. Leaning San Francisco +3. They're hot, and the over in that game. And one last game. This is the night game, Sunday Night Football. Pittsburgh at Kansas City. Pittsburgh getting 13 points. That's a lot for a playoff game. Can the Steelers keep it within 13, over, under 46? So I guess they're not expecting Pittsburgh to live up to their end of the deal, Anthony, as far as putting points up. We know the Chiefs' offense is good with Kelsey and Tyreek Hill, Patrick Mahomes, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Can the Pittsburgh Steelers, Big Ben's last hurrah, can they put up enough points to take that over 46? Doesn't seem like a lot of points. What are you thinking?
They're going to keep – I don't think they're going to get blown out, number one. And I'm going to tell you why. So the last time the Chiefs blew somebody out was the same game. Well, week 18 was when they had week 17. I think it was week 16 they blew somebody out. I forgot who they played. But that was the last time Tyreek Hill actually played a full game. It was week 16. He just went off. Week 16 went off. Week 17, he played like 2 snaps. He was out of the game. I think he had 2 catches for like 8 yards or whatever it was. Week 18, he was still injured. He didn't play. The Chiefs cover the number if Tyreek Hill plays like the Tyreek Hill that we all know. The Steelers cover if he plays like he has been playing, like he has not been playing. Pringle has not been there's no chemistry between Pringle and Mahomes. They've been right off. If you watch the games versus Denver, that had to be the most frustrating game if you bet on the Chiefs. So frustrating because Mahomes would throw the ball and his receivers would go the opposite direction. They didn't know the damn plays because they're not used to playing without Hill. Hill is supposed to run those routes. So Pringle doesn't know where he's going. Hardman doesn't know how to doesn't know where he's going. I mean, it's so frustrating for a Chiefs fan because Mahomes is like, bro, I got you wide open. You can't catch the damn ball. So it all comes down to Tyreek Hill. Is he healthy? Is he going to be the dynamic player that we know? And they can break the game open if he plays. But if we got to rely on McCole Hardman and Pringle, forget about it. I'm on the Steelers. So this is going to be a game-time decision for me to bet on.
Yeah, 13 points, certainly a lot of points. I'm leaning over. I'll tell you, though, This is how you beat the Steelers. You run on them. They're 32nd in the NFL, last against the run.
Yep.
But the Chiefs are middle of the pack running the ball. They're fourth overall passing the ball, not bad passing. But that's Pittsburgh's strength. They're ninth against the pass. On the other side of the offense, other side of the ball, the Pittsburgh offense, 15th passing game. They're not a good running team though, and that's how you beat Kansas City. They're going to pound the ball. They sure have been better against the run, the Chiefs. So, man, to me, it's a lot of points. I would only play the total. I kind of like the over in this game, but to me, I don't know. I'm leaning staying away from this game. 13 points.
I'm telling you, I don't know if you watched the game with the Broncos, but Mahomes had so many good passes, and his receivers couldn't catch them. Pringle doesn't know the routes. Hardman doesn't know the routes. I mean, so you're basically relying on your running back in the short passes and Travis Kelce because Hill was hurt. He was on the sideline the whole time. So when you take out
check
Hill
his status, that's for sure. Clyde Edwards-Helaire will be out.
Okay.
So you're looking at Jerick McKinnon and Damian Williams, who are quite capable.
And Derek Gore.
Tyreek Hill has a heel injury, but he's probable. He's not going to be missing this game.
No, he's gonna play. He's
gonna play.
He played every game so far, but he doesn't play the whole game, and that's the key. It's like one of those things you need inside info to see how that heel is feeling, because it seems like the last 2 games that he started, it was like the end of the first quarter. He came out. He couldn't take the pain.
Juju Smith-Schuster probable for this game, questionable for this game.
I think he's going to be more of a decoy. He's not going to be 100% for the game. But hey, if he can get his ass on the field, and even if he's a decoy, that's a better shot for Pittsburgh to keep this game closer. So we'll see what happens.
The thing is, Kansas City is playoff tested. They're at home, Arrowhead. I mean, the reason why I'm hesitant to take Pittsburgh plus the points is that Pittsburgh going on the road to Arrowhead, where they haven't been in the playoffs for what was the last time Pittsburgh was in the playoffs? I mean, I don't think they were there last year, right?
No, I think it's been about 2-3 years.
Yeah, it's been 1, 2, maybe 3 years, a year or two, at least 2, probably 2 years.
Uh-huh.
So that's why I'm hesitant, because I could easily see, like Kansas City getting a quick strike. Yeah. Already Pittsburgh's down 7.
Yeah, if it's it's gonna be tough.
They get away from their game plan. They start trying to pass the ball with Big Ben and allowing Kansas City's pass rush to have an advantage. I do kind of like the over, though. I think Pittsburgh can. I think Kansas City can score, and I think Pittsburgh can score. I think
this one you got to look out for the weather, because it can get very windy in Kansas City. I'm not even going to give you my lean on this game. This is going to be a game time decision for me, based on Tyreek Hill, the weather, and a couple other factors. This is not as easy as just because of that huge ass number. This is a tougher game to bet on. It's very easy to just pound the Chiefs, but they couldn't. I mean, it's not as easy as it sounds.
These two teams played about 3 weeks ago. Kansas City won 36-10. Right?
Yep.
December was Christmas time.
Yep.
Day after Christmas, Pittsburgh at Kansas City.
Yep.
So that's why I'm hesitant to lay.
Of course.
To take 13 points with Big Ben, and they were just there. They lost by 20. They lost by 26.
Yeah, they got demolished.
Total was right there at 46. So for me, it's a stay away.
Yeah.
And we'll be back Monday talking Rams and Cardinals, right, Anthony? Monday evening about this time.
Yeah, we got our Super Bowl predictions first.
Oh, Super Bowl predictions, right? Let's see. I'm leaning Chiefs and Packers. I know that's kind of a square pick, but otherwise, if I weren't picking square, I would pick the same teams as you, because I think that's where we're leaning. Only Instead of the Packers, I would pick the 49ers. And instead of the Chiefs, I would pick either the Titans or Bills.
Yeah, I like the Bills and Niners. Like I said earlier, the Bills, they were built to win this season. Bills, and I'm going bold with the Niners because I feel like they're the only team that match up very well against the Packers.
Yeah, against the Packers, with everybody.
We know they can beat the Rams. We know they can beat the Cardinals. If they can get by the Cowboys, I know for a fact they're going to give that Packers defense a hell of a time next week. Hell of a time. So if they beat the Cowboys, they're going to be riding high going into Green Bay.
The Rams certainly can make some noise with their defense, and then the weak link there is Matt Stafford. Sometimes he just goes cold. But man, Cooper Kupp, man, he's a hard matchup for everybody.
The Rams are frauds. I will not be touching the Rams. I might take them against the Cardinals, but outside of that,
I definitely will be taking them against the Cardinals.
There's no chance in hell I'm taking anything with the Rams after this week. No chance.
Yep.
They are the biggest frauds in football.
All right. What do you say we give away a free play? Do we have a free play? No free play. We got to give away one free play.
Free play on what?
One of the games.
Go ahead. Give them your free play. I have no clue.
All right. Let's see. I better.
I wasn't prepared for a free play.
Okay. We always give away a free play. All right. Let me create a quick banner. And I'll give away a free play. And hopefully this is an okay play. All right. Free play Buffalo -4.5 without all the fanfare and Tooch's music. All right. For Pound It Sports and Tooch, we'll be signing off. We will see you Monday night.
On Monday.
I'm here with Matt Peralt tomorrow morning, 11 o'clock Central. With Sports Talk Matt from Betting Pros Daily Juice, one of my favorite shows. It's the first podcast when I wake up in the morning. It's right in my homepage, so I usually wake up in the morning and listen to good old Matt. What a great guy! All right, Anthony, I will talk to you later, man. Have a good one.
You too, man. Take care.
All right, later.
And I'm the team captain. He's the preview, and I'm the main attraction.
Unstoppable, unconquerable, on top of the world, accomplishing the impossible. Unstoppable, unconquerable, on top of the world, accomplishing the impossible.
Invincible hustle, mighty desire to conspire to transpire.